Well, Kirsten, these reports are coming from the US media outlet CNBC, based on anonymous sources supposedly with knowledge of US intelligence, and they claim that China over the past 30 days has moved surface-to-air and anti-ship missiles onto 3 bases in the Spratley Island chain, which is just to the west of the Philippines in the South China Sea. These bases have been built on disputed reefs. They don't resemble reefs these days. They look very much like sophisticated Chinese military bases with airstrips. We had satellite images last year showing what appeared to be missile batteries being installed. So in some ways it's not surprising that now we have reports of the missiles themselves being deployed to the islands. But at this point it is unconfirmed. The US military hasn't commented on the report or given any confirmation of what they know. And over here in Beijing, there is not confirmation either whether or not these reports are accurate.
Well, Bill, what are the implications provided the reports are indeed correct?
Well, it's a hugely significant step, Kirsten. It's the first time you have any claimant in the South China Sea supposedly deploying missiles in the Spratleys. China previously has placed similar types of missiles on Woody Island, which is in the Paracel Island group to the northwest of the South China Sea, nearer Vietnam. But of more significance are the Spratleys, because you have more rival claimants, countries such as the Philippines, countries such as Malaysia. You also have Vietnam making claims in the Spratleys. And of course the big deal is, how does the US respond to this? There has been a significant amount of US activity in the South China Sea in recent months, including drills involving an aircraft carrier. China not happy at all about that. It claims it has indisputable sovereignty over pretty much the entire South China Sea. So this will really put pressure on the United States to come up perhaps with a more effective strategy to try and deter China from further militarisation. This morning, Julie Bishop in Australia was asked about this, and she also warned China to not make any further steps to militarise the disputed area.
There are reports to this extent, but I'm not going to comment on intelligence reporting. However, if the media reports are accurate, then the Australian government would be concerned, because this would be contrary to China's stated aspiration that it would not militarise these features. China, of course, has a unique responsibility as a permanent member of the Security Council to uphold peace and security around the world, and any action to militarise unilaterally features in the South China Sea would go against that responsibility and that role.
And Bill, you mentioned that China hasn't confirmed the reports, but has it responded at all?
Yeah, Kirsten, it's not unusual for the Chinese government not to confirm these sorts of reports. This was the case a couple of years ago when we had the missile deployment on Woody Island in the Paracels. From the Foreign Ministry, we have had comment along the lines of China has indisputable sovereignty, so there's nothing unusual about normal defensive deployments on our islands. That's not direct confirmation, but there was also a comment along the lines of if countries are not aggressive, they have nothing to fear. Our deployments in general in the South China Sea are not aimed at any particular country. We also did hear from a senior government-backed academic at a government think tank who said that the deployment is simply Western media speculation. So we're also yet to hear from China's military. So no official confirmation, but at the same time, plenty of opportunities for the Chinese side to deny this if they wanted to, and there's been no denials.
That's our China correspondent, Bill Birtles, live for us in Beijing.